and welcome to the PC Master channel. Today, I'm going to be showing you the difference in price between my sub £1,500 build, which I showed you in the last video, and free built gaming PCs with similar specs from other major manufacturers like Currys, PC Specialist, or if you're in North America, Best Buy. So I'll start with the current one. It's a pretty beefy gaming PC and it can handle 1440p gaming and light 4K. It's got a Ryzen 7 7700X, a white 360mm liquid CPU cooler, X670 ATX motherboard that supports Wi-Fi 6E and PCIe 5.0, 32GB of RAM at 6400 MHz with CL32 rating, and for storage, you've got 2 TB on your main drive, and then you've got a 1 TB on your secondary drive. An RX 7900 GRE, which is a beast at 16 GB of VRAM, and it can handle any game at 1440p and some games at 4K. And then you've got a decent case with 4 fans, and you've got a really good 1000 watt power supply, fully modular ATX. So those are specs for the build that I recommended if you want to build one that you do. Now let's see the difference in price from other manufacturers. First we'll start with Currys. So since ours has a Ryzen 7 7700X, we'll accept a Ryzen 7 7700 if we have to. So Ryzen 7, there we go. And then with the memory, we have to have 32 GB. It's really important. And for the graphics card, we can't do any of those. And then SSD, we do need 2 TB because 1 TB is not enough. And then for, let's see, you can't even see any of that. Wow. So already you see these are all pretty high end, but we're looking for something a bit lower end. So actually Currys doesn't have any with the ones that we want. So I'll switch it to 1 TB to see if there's anything like it. So we do have this option, the Legion T5. This one, it is a bit lower. It's a Ryzen 7 7700, so not the X version. And it's a 4070 Super with 12 GB, so it doesn't actually have 16 GB of VRAM, which does limit 4K performance completely and does not make it future proof. Although we will still just use it as our Currys benchmark. So this costs about just over £300 more than my one. Although we'll calculate it as 400 because of the less SSD space and the worse storage, which that would cost you £100 more to upgrade. So this one is about £400 more expensive with the upgrades compared to my build. Now from Best Buy, the option that we have. So we see also just saying whenever you're buying a gaming PC, it's actually really hard to choose an AMD specific one. So you can't exactly find it, but you still have to do your best. So with a Ryzen 7 here, and then the budget, I can't click the budget because you don't know how expensive these companies are going to be. So with this, no, 2 TB of storage if possible, and well, yeah, we have to do AMD. Although I am saying this one, it's a good build for its price. For £1,250, you're getting a 7700X, a really nice looking height Y60 case, 32 GB of RAM, and RTX 4060 Ti. Although I with although I would recommend my sub 1000 build, and then you change this Ryzen 5 7600X to a 7700X. And if we click 16 GB of VRAM, well, you can see they do not offer the 7900 GRE, which is fine, but that means we do have to do the 4070 Super. So here we go. You can't find the one that we want. Since we can't find the one that we want, we're going to have to change it. So let's see. So this is the best we can do with the 1700X 3D. So if we click this one, so this one, it actually isn't that bad price performance, because if you watched the last video, you'd have seen that 7800X 3D is about £150 more. So combine this with a Ryzen 7 1700X 3D, 32GB of RAM, and 4070 Super. That's a very good 1440p system for 1700. Although we are going to see what features they say they have. So the Ryzen 7, let's see. It's got 5 USB ports, which is good, and it's got Wi-Fi, although it does not specify, and that does matter. And it also comes with a gaming keyboard and mouse. So this one is much better than the option from Currys, because this is only £200 more expensive. And if you factor in the actual pricing of the 7800 XPD, it's only about £50 more than markup price. And then if you get really creative and change that to pounds, if you change USD to GBP, you're going to be saving actually more than it costs, because that would be 50. You'll be saving hundreds of pounds. So this is a build I would strongly recommend if you're living in North America and want to get it. But if you're living in Europe, you can't get this one. It's Best Buy only. Well, this could be a sale. Anyway, so now we're going to see our option from PC Specialist, which is known for being expensive. So, also, just this bit is really, you have to spend £10 just to be able to send in your own case, which you're providing, and you also have to use your own shipping courier. So, strongly recommend. I strongly go against this. Don't use this option. So we have to do the 7700X. Also, one thing about this is they have like every part you'd want. Anyways, that actually isn't an X670 motherboard, so we are going to have to go X870. And then the RAM, it's not looking good. It doesn't show the cache latency here at all, as with most places, but it's still very important. It's just a way of just charging you more money. So we can do the 78. For this video, since all the others have had 4070 Supers, I will make it a 4070 Super. Although it does have similar performance. Anyways, we're not going to have another graphics card. And then we had 2 TB of storage. About this speed, actually a bit faster, but it's as close as we're going to get with PC Specialist. And then and then we had 1,000 more RMX series. And then we had a liquid cooler, so let's see. That is the best we're going to be able to do. And then let's see if there's any problems. There's not. So we just have to change the case as well, because so we need to go and change the case. So I'll change it to this one if that's not a problem. Okay. Also, it says you only need a 650 watt power supply, which is actually less than the 750 watts recommended for sub 1000. That's because Nvidia on the 4070 series specifically, it doesn't use that much power. So if we look at this one is 1874. That's insane. Like, that's a markup of about £400, which is insane. Even if you add all the labor costs, it's still making like £250 profit. So the best option, if you're in Europe and not in North America, would be to build something like this. Although, if you want to save on costs, you could just change that. And then for the motherboard, you could go for the classic B650 gaming plus Wi-Fi, and that would cost you about 1,375. So, anyways, so that's the best option you've got. So, hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe for more.